Few actors captured both the neuroses and warmth of an era quite like Diane Keaton. She built a career that spanned over 5 decades, moving effortlessly between comedy, drama, indie films, and blockbusters. She gave us characters who were messy, brilliant, and unapologetically human. She won an Oscar, earned multiple nominations, and became a cultural icon along the way. Today we're looking at 10 Diane Keaton movies you need to see. Today we're looking at 10 Diane Keaton movies you need to see. These are the films that showcase her range, her wit, and why she remains one of the most distinctive actresses Hollywood has ever produced. A Marriage Falls Apart, 4 daughters caught in the middle, and Diane Keaton delivers one of the rawest performances of her career in 1982's Shoot the Moon. In it she plays Faith, a woman watching her husband, played by Albert Finney, leave for someone younger. Her performance bleeds through the screen with raw emotion, and every moment of anger and quiet devastation came from somewhere real.
Oh, stop it, George! She'd rather fuck Frank!
You asshole! Fuck you, woman!
Give my wife the finger! Apologize to the lady!
The role carried extra weight because Keaton had recently ended things with Warren Beatty. The breakup was still fresh, and she channeled that pain directly into the character, even giving notes to writer Bo Goldman and director Alan Parker based on what she was living through. Critics called it some of her finest work. It's stripped down and vulnerable in ways audiences hadn't seen before from her. But the movie never found its audience, flopping at the box office, and it remains a forgotten treasure, anchored by Keaton at her most exposed. She brought warmth and humor to one of the most beloved mom roles of the 90s in the Father of the Bride movies. She plays Nina Banks, the calm center of a household thrown into chaos when her daughter announces she's getting married, while her husband George, played by Steve Martin, spirals into panic mode over losing his little girl.
George Banks is saying no!
Who's George Banks?
Me!
Keeps everything grounded with patience, gentle humor, and the occasional knowing smile. She's the voice of reason when the wedding planner, played brilliantly by Martin Short, turns everything into an over-the-top spectacle.
Do the baby fuck on, make the baby sleep. That's good. That's good.
The sequel raises the stakes in the most unexpected way. Nina and her daughter both end up pregnant at the same time, turning George into a soon-to-be grandfather and father all at once. Keaton handled the comedy with ease, playing a woman navigating middle-age pregnancy while her daughter goes through the same journey. The movies became comfort food classics, and Keaton's performance is a big reason why they keep rerunning on TBS. She's a Manhattan business executive, nicknamed the Tiger Lady, living the high-powered yuppie dream with a corner office and a 6-figure salary in 1987's baby boom. Then a distant cousin dies, and she inherits something unexpected, a 14-month-old baby girl named Elizabeth. Suddenly, her perfectly ordered life spirals into chaos. She has no idea how to be a mother, and watching her try to balance career ambitions with baby care makes for some of the film's funniest moments.
22 pounds. Okay.
Her boyfriend, played by Harold Ramis, bails. Her corporate rival, a smarmy James Spader, steals her accounts. Eventually, she chucks it all, moves to Vermont with the baby, and buys a crumbling country house. What follows is pure escapist fun as she starts a baby food company that makes her a millionaire and catches the eye of a local veterinarian played by Sam Shepard. Keaton captured something universal beneath all the comedy, tapping into the struggles so many women faced in the 80s, trying to juggle careers, relationships, and the question of whether they could really have it all. In 1996's Marvin's Room, Diane Keaton delivered one of her most heartbreaking performances, playing Bessie, a woman who has quietly spent 20 years caring for her bedridden father and eccentric aunt in Florida. When she's diagnosed with leukemia and needs a bone marrow transplant, she reaches out to her estranged sister Lee, played by Meryl Streep, who she hasn't spoken to in 2 decades. Lee arrives from Ohio with her 2 sons in tow, including a troubled teenager played by a young Leonardo DiCaprio, before Titanic made him a household name. What unfolds is a story about family dysfunction, old wounds, and the complicated ways people show love. The film balances drama with moments of dark humor, never tipping into melodrama. Keaton and Streep create something powerful together, 2 sisters trying to bridge years of distance and resentment. Robert De Niro also appears as Bessie's well-meaning but awkward doctor. Keaton earned an Oscar nomination for the role, and it's easy to see why. She plays a woman who has given everything to care for others, finding grace and meaning in sacrifice. She took on one of the darkest and most daring roles of her career in Looking for Mr. Goodbar, released in 1977, the same year as Annie Hall. She plays Teresa Dunn, a dedicated teacher of deaf children by day, who spends her nights cruising singles bars and discos. Coming from a strict Catholic upbringing, Teresa lives 2 completely separate lives that pull her in opposite directions. Based on Judith Rosner's novel about the real-life murder of a New York City schoolteacher, the movie captures the gritty, hedonistic underbelly of 70s nightlife with unflinching honesty. The cast includes early appearances by Richard Gere as a volatile lover and Tom Berenger in a chilling turn, along with Tuesday Weld as Teresa's free-spirited sister, a performance that earned Tuesday an Oscar nomination. The movie was a commercial success, but deeply polarizing, with its bleak tone and shocking ending leaving audiences shaken. It remains a haunting time capsule of an era and a reminder of Keaton's incredible range. Her first major hit in years came with Something's Gotta Give in 2003, a romantic comedy written and directed by Nancy Meyers that proved Hollywood had been wrong about one thing. Audiences absolutely wanted to see older women as romantic leads. Keaton plays Erica Barry, a successful divorced Broadway playwright living in a beautiful Hamptons beach house who has closed herself off to love. Enter Jack Nicholson as Harry Sanborn, a music mogul with a 4-decade habit of dating women under 30, including Erica's own daughter Marin, played by Amanda Peet. When Harry suffers a heart attack at Erica's home and is forced to recuperate there, the 2 opposites begin to fall for each other, despite their best efforts to resist. Complicating matters is Keanu Reeves as Harry's young doctor, who happens to be a fan of Erica's work and pursues her romantically. Frances McDormand rounds out the cast as Erica's sharp-tongued sister. The film became a massive commercial success, grossing over $260 million worldwide, and gave Keaton her 4th Oscar nomination for Best Actress. Woody Allen and Diane Keaton made so many films together that picking just one feels impossible. But 1979's Manhattan stands out as one of their finest collaborations. Their creative partnership throughout the 70s produced some of cinema's most memorable romantic comedies, and by the time they made Manhattan, they had developed a chemistry that felt effortless. Shot in gorgeous black and white by the master of darkness Gordon Willis, and with George Gershwin's music filling every frame, the film is a love letter to New York City, as much as it is a story about relationships and neurosis. Keaton plays Mary Wilkie, a brainy, neurotic writer from Philadelphia.
I don't even want to have this conversation. Really, I'm just from Philadelphia, we believe in God, so, okay?
What the hell does that mean?
No, I'm from Philadelphia. We never talk about things like that in public.
Yeah, you said that the other day. I didn't know what the hell it meant then either.
She's the mistress of Isaac's best friend, Yale, played by Michael Murphy. When Isaac, Alan's character, falls for Mary, despite the complications, their scenes together crackle with wit and vulnerability. The supporting cast includes a young Meryl Streep as Isaac's ex-wife and Mariel Hemingway in an Oscar-nominated performance. The film was both a critical and commercial hit. Keaton's ability to match Alan's rapid-fire dialogue while bringing depth to a character who could have been one-dimensional showcased why their partnership worked so well for so long. Warren Beatty's epic Reds from 1981 gave Diane Keaton one of her most ambitious roles, playing Louise Bryant, a feminist writer and activist caught up in the Russian Revolution. It tells the story of American journalist John Reed and his passionate, complicated relationship with Bryant as they navigate love, politics, and war during one of history's most explosive periods. Beatty, who also co-wrote, produced, and directed the 3-hour-plus epic, spent over a decade developing the project as a passion piece. Keaton and Beatty were in a relationship during filming, and the demanding year-long production reportedly put strain on both of them. Her performance required navigating a wide range of emotions, from romantic passion to anger, delivering lengthy and complex speeches that showcased her dramatic range. It became a commercial success, earning $40 million domestically while earning 12 Academy Award nominations and winning 3, including Best Director for Beatty and a Best Actress nomination for Keaton. Imagine it's your first major movie role in Hollywood, and that movie turns out to be what many consider the greatest movie ever made. That's exactly what happened to Diane Keaton in 1972's The Godfather. Francis Ford Coppola cast her as Kay Adams Corleone, and she would return to play the character across all 3 movies, from 1972 to 1990. Kay is Michael's girlfriend and eventual wife, the daughter of a Baptist minister from New Hampshire, trying to navigate the dangerous world of a Sicilian Catholic crime family. Over the course of the trilogy, Kay transforms from a naive young woman, slowly realizing the darkness around her, into someone who confronts the moral cost of being a Corleone with increasing clarity and defiance. She's the woman in a world of men, and the ultimate outsider looking in. The first film won Best Picture and became the highest-grossing movie of 1972, launching Keaton into the Hollywood stratosphere. Her performance as the conscience of an empire that's built on violence proved she could hold her own against some of the greatest actors of her generation. The role that defined a generation and won Diane Keaton an Oscar came in 1977 with Woody Allen's Annie Hall. Allen wrote it specifically for her, basing it on their real-life relationship and building the character around her quirks, mannerisms, and the way she talked. The movie follows the romance between neurotic comedian Alvy Singer and the charmingly insecure Annie, tracing their relationship from the first awkward meeting through the highs and lows of commitment. It's less of a traditional love story and more an exploration of relationships, told through flashbacks, fourth wall breaks, and split-screen therapy sessions. Keaton made Annie feel real and relatable, capturing the vulnerability of someone trying to figure out who they are while navigating a complicated relationship. Her fashion in the film became just as iconic as the performance itself.
Oh, well. La-di-da, la-di-da, la-la, yeah.
The film won Best Picture, solidifying her place as one of the defining actresses of her generation and creating a character that audiences still remember decades later.
Thank you.